Right now, somewhere in the world, a person is crying, not from pain, not from a wound, from a memory. No other creature on earth does this. Elephants trumpet in distress. Dogs whine. Dolphins squeal under stress, but none of them produce tears triggered by emotion alone. Humans do. And scientists still aren't entirely sure why. In 1985, biochemist William Frey ran an experiment that changed how we think about crying. He collected tears from people watching sad films and compared them to tears from people chopping onions. The chemical difference was staggering. Emotional tears contained higher levels of stress hormones, including ACTH-related proteins and the neurotransmitter leucine and enkephalin, a natural painkiller. Onion tears did not. Your body may be using tears to flush out stress chemicals. Crying could be a literal release valve, but that's only the beginning of the mystery. Tears serve at least 3 separate biological functions, and emotional tears appear to be the newest one, evolutionarily speaking. Basal tears keep your eyes lubricated every second of every day. Reflex tears protect your eyes from smoke, dust, or onions. Both exist in animals across the planet. Emotional tears are different. They don't protect the eye. They don't respond to irritation. They respond to grief, joy, awe, even pride. So why would evolution build something with no physical purpose? Here's where it gets strange. Psychologist Orrin Hassan proposed in 2009 that emotional tears evolved as a signal, not a side effect. Tears blur your vision. They make you vulnerable. A crying person cannot fight effectively or flee quickly. By crying, you are broadcasting weakness to everyone around you. And that, Hassan argued, is exactly the point. Vulnerability is information. A visible, blurry-eyed, audibly distressed human is sending an unmistakable signal. I am not a threat. I need you. In early human groups, that signal could mean the difference between abandonment and rescue. Crying may have evolved as humanity's oldest honesty test. You cannot easily fake tears on demand. The body has to be flooded with real chemical stress first. That's why a liar's tears often look different. Subtle muscle patterns around the eyes are difficult to fully control. Could your tears be one of the few things about you that's almost impossible to fake? There's something else tears do that almost nothing else can. A 2013 study from Tilburg University found that people who watch someone crying rated that person as more trustworthy and more in need of support. Even when no words were spoken, tears alone changed how strangers behaved. In other words, your tears are not just leaking emotion, they are recruiting help from the people around you, instantly, without a single sentence spoken. That's a remarkably efficient survival tool. Now think about babies. Human infants are born almost entirely helpless. They cannot speak, they cannot point, but within hours of birth they can cry, and adults are biologically wired to respond. Some researchers believe emotional crying in adults may be an evolutionary holdover from infant crying, repurposed across a lifetime. The same ancient circuitry that once summoned a parent now summons a friend, a partner, a stranger on a train. You never outgrew the system. You only learned when to use it. And yet, somewhere along the way, many cultures taught humans to suppress it. Crying, especially in men, became coded as weakness in many societies, something to hide rather than express. But biologically, the opposite may be true. Suppressing emotional tears doesn't remove the stress chemicals tears were built to release. It just traps them. So ask yourself this. If crying evolved as a survival signal, built into your body before language even existed, what does it mean that so many people have been taught to silence it? Maybe crying was never weakness at all. Maybe it was always communication. The rawest, oldest message your body knows how to send. A wordless signal, stretching back further than speech itself, saying the same thing it always has. I am human, and right now I need you to see that.